Can you buy expertise? 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 106 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and recently, have you picked up a new hobby? Or have you ever tried to get better at something and you wondered, how can I become good at this? Is there an easy way to do that? Well, if you ask your average Joe, he will be able to tell you yes, but for the wrong reasons. Before we start the episode of today, if you like the concept, if you will like the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. As always, it helps a lot the channel and also the reachability of my content, so truly appreciated. Having said that, let's look at average Joe. Let's say that he wants to pick up photography. He just takes photos with his iPhone. He doesn't really know much, but when he goes in vacation, he always sees these super professional photographers with lots of gears, a backpack full of lenses, and he's like, okay, I want to be as good as him. So he starts going online, he goes on Reddit, he goes on YouTube and research like best photography camera 2025. And he finds, let's say a camera from Sony that's, $10,000. And he's like, yes, this must be amazing. He has the budget, he's able to buy it. And then, maybe the channels that he follows, he says, yeah, this is the best camera because it has this, and that, and you can do this. And it has so many features. So he's like, fantastic. He goes, buys, everything arrives, and he gets his camera with 3 different lenses for macro photography, for telephoto photography, for long exposure photography. He's ready for everything. He has a tripod, and he goes, in vacation, let's say to, Spain. He's in Barcelona, he just landed, and he wants to explore the city. He takes out his camera, and what does he do? Well, as we said, he is no expert. He doesn't know anything about photography. He doesn't know what exposure is. He doesn't know what composition is. He doesn't know about ISO. He doesn't know about f-stops. He knows nothing. He always, just took pictures because he likes to take pictures, Nobody's taking that from him. So what does he do? In the moment, he's on vacation, he wants to use his new gear. So he turns the dial to a specific setting on his camera. Automatic. And he starts taking pictures. The pictures look amazing. As we said, the gear that he has is fantastic. It's top notch. So he starts, showing these pictures to his friends. It's like, oh my God, you're so good, fantastic, amazing. But I am here to tell you, as a not really experienced photographer, but a very passionate person about that topic, I would be looking at him, and when I would see that the magic gear is set on automatic, I would be, this guy knows nothing about photography. And why is that? Because he is, by definition, incompetent. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he is going forward with untapped potential. And why is that a problem? The problem is that you are relying on a tool to look professional. You are relying on something else, on something external from yourself to portray you as a professional. But what does it mean to be a professional? Does it mean to have the best gear? Maybe, not necessarily, but I wouldn't say that we look at people and think about them as professionals just because of their gear. It's because the way that they work. Specifically, they have the capacity to use and manipulate the tools that they have to the situation that they are, shown in which they are, in order to take the most out of it. And that's when, from the untapped potential of Joe, you end up with the full potential of somebody that knows what he's doing. Of course, that if you put a real professional and Joe next to each other on a sunny day with perfect lighting to take a portrait at the same distance of a person, you look at the pictures and you can say, yeah, but Joe is as good as the other person. Yeah, sure. But take them in a not so well lit day or at night, where, you know, you can still rely on the automatic features, but maybe, and just maybe, Joe will not know what to do. He will just take the picture and it's like, yeah, this looks nice. But maybe the professional will be able to create something unique, because again, he knows that even if the picture that he took doesn't look that great, he's able to use editing tools. He's able to set the camera so that when he goes to edit, the picture will look as he intended. The professional is not taking a picture for now. He's taking a picture conscious of the whole process that leads to the creation of that picture. And I'm here to tell you that the moment that you want to do something, the moment that you think that you're interested in a topic and want to look into it, don't start from the top. Never. What I suggest, and it was my journey with photography, and after so many years, I'm here to tell you that it was the best thing ever. I took the cheapest camera I could find on the market that was still, you know, in the range of something that I could build upon. So not something that, you know, in a week you've used and you've known everything. You should take something that is still professional, but has basic features. I got a single lens, no zoom, where you had to move in order to change the perspective. And I used that for 2 to 3 years. And this journey was what led me to now have, you know, the camera that I'm using right now, that is, yes, way more powerful, and it has so many more features. But the crazy part is that on a day-to-day basis, I'm using the same thing that I had with the old camera. But as of today, if I need to use any of the new features, I know what to do. If I need to do something different, I know how to do it. In general, I was able to explore and evolve my taste in photography due to the limitations that I had from my first experience. So, could I have learned all the things that I did today with the best camera? Maybe. But I can guarantee you that by removing the stress factor and by removing the struggle that I had with that old tool, I will not be here knowing what a limitation means and how to go around it. Because again, sometimes it's not about just taking the best pictures or doing the best thing. If you want to, again, go out a bit of the example of photography, but try to generalize this to anything. It's not about solving a problem. It's not about getting a result. You know, that you can do it in many ways. But the moment that you're able to do it with a limited amount of tools, you are not just solving a problem. You're developing a method. You're able to do something that's a bit more complicated than just getting the result. And coming back to the initial questions, are you able to buy expertise? No, not because you cannot buy the end product. That you can. The thing that you cannot buy are these lateral skills that you develop through time and through struggle. So I'm sorry, Joe, but if you really want to learn how to do photography and how to, you know, become a professional, you'll have to start from zero and work your way up. Having said that, that was all for today. I hope you liked the example. If any of you are, let's say, familiar or are also into photography, let me know in the comments. I mean, I think that anybody that, got into this whole hobby will be able to tell you that this is the right way to do it. But at the same time, if you did something else, if you want to share your experience, feel free. I'm sure that, again, this kind of, behavior is, common to so many other hobbies. So yeah, having said that, this was all for today for episode 106 of the Shower Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. If you liked the episode and you made it so far, feel free to leave a like and a subscribe. It helps a lot. And besides that, stay consistent, stay resilient, and see you at the next one.